continued moral degradation of our society. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, P.A.N. Firearms LLC for your NRA certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And let's talk about this. This is out in Utah, where a father with his two children went to the McDonald's drive-thru, and apparently the person who was serving him got the order wrong. So the father brandished the firearm, which led to the police being called. And when the police arrived and arrested him, his 4-year-old in the back pointed the gun at the police and fired the weapon. Now, I'm going to show you two videos here back to back. The first one is the body cam of the officers showing exactly what happened, and then there's going to be a small news clip here from NBC News. So they're going to go back to back. Now the body cam video, I will leave the link in the description box. You should watch it because it shows different angles, different body cams from each officer, and it gives all the different angles. I didn't want to play all it's almost like 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Didn't need to do all that, but if you want to go see that, it's interesting to watch. So let's go ahead and watch that there for context.
Get out of the car. Let me see your hands. Open your window. Open the door. Open the door.
Get your arm out.
Get your arm out.
Get your arm out now. Oh, shit.
Drop the gun.
Shit.
Shots fired. Kids. Blue. Gotcha.
Get her in the car.
Yeah.
Get her in the car.
Kids, hold out the gun and close it. Nobody sit. You alright? Hey.
Let's go forward. Yeah.
No, we need medical. Get us medical. Give my number.
When the crime scene tape goes up, it's almost always tied to something awful.
I've never seen anything like this in my 28 years in law enforcement.
Police say it all began with the car in the drive-thru.
So the driver of that vehicle was upset because the order wasn't what he ordered.
The workers tried to make it right.
At that time, we believe he brandished a firearm.
It was officers who were called to the parking lot to try to resolve the matter.
Knowing that he might be armed, they pulled him out of the vehicle as quickly as they could.
That's where the situation went sideways.
One of the officers noticed a firearm coming out the vehicle, and he was able to deflect it, but the firearm did go off and went into the awning here at the McDonald's.
And the shooter,
The person that pulled that trigger, was 4 years old.
the sheriff, just can't believe it.
Just think the gravity of that. A 4-year-old was told, we believe, by the father to pull the trigger and shoot a police officer.
The officer who deflected the shot suffered only a minor injury in the scuffle.
He's a hero in my mind. He saved a life today.
It'll be many more days, a tall order, to get over what happened here.
That's just unbelievable to me. Somebody's taught him that.
Okay, you heard that, you saw that, and as the police chief said, this is the most, she was just beyond words. She had never seen anything like this. And I give these officers kudos that despite being fired upon and not knowing where it came from, the restraint they showed in not just unloading on the car, not knowing, I give them a lot of kudos for that. But we can go here to this Fox News article. Video shows Utah child 4 shoot a police outside McDonald's drive-thru. Suspect Sadat Johnson was arrested and charged with child abuse after his 4-year-old child fired a gun at officers in February. It's interesting how this story came out in February and we're just starting to hear about it now. But let's go down to here. Utah police have released body camera footage showing a February 12th incident in which a 4-year-old shot at police officers at a McDonald's drive-thru in Midvale. Officers with the Unified Police Department were responding to reports that a male suspect allegedly brandished a firearm at McDonald's employees due to an incorrect order around 1:30 p.m. local time. And once officers arrived and began to detain 27-year-old Sadat Johnson, a child in the backseat of his vehicle fired a gun at the responders. In the body cam footage, which you saw from the Unified Police Department, released to Fox 13, Salt Lake City, officers can be heard telling two distraught children ages 3 and 4 in the backseat of Johnson's vehicle it's okay after one of the children fired a single shot. Police initially detained Johnson after they asked him to exit his vehicle and he refused to cooperate, according to a press release from the police department. Footage shows police officers forcibly removing the suspect from the driver's seat and handcuffing him on the ground. During that time, an officer noticed a gun pointing from the rear window of Johnson's vehicle, at which point he alerted other officers to the gun and pushed it to the side as a round was fired, the press release states. So that gun was pointed directly at the officers. This guy was quick thinking, managed to pull it, pushed it off so the round didn't strike someone. He also alerted other officers that it was a kid who fired the weapon. A preliminary investigation indicated that the 27-year-old instructed his child to shoot at officers, police said. Court records obtained by Fox 13 revealed that the child shot at officers because he wanted his daddy back, even though the father instructed the child to shoot. Okay. Quote, to have an adult think it is okay to encourage a 4-year-old to pull a firearm and shoot at police illustrates how out of hand the campaign against police has gotten. This pretty much shows how much of our society is just degraded so far that this is acceptable behavior for an adult to hand a firearm to a child, and have that child do and shoot at police officers. Sheriff Rosie Rivera said in a February statement after the incident, this needs to stop and we need to come together as a community to find solutions to the challenges we face in our neighborhoods. Officers are here to protect and serve, and we are beyond belief that something like this could happen. Utah authorities charged Johnson with child abuse, aggravated assault, and interference with an arresting officer after the incident, according to Fox 13. Well, this father, pulling a gun because you got your order wrong, McDonald's, right there, he should never have gotten access to a gun in the first place. But that's either here nor there. Okay, we don't know what he did prior to this, if he was criminal, where he got the gun from, is it a legal purchase? But to then instruct your 4-year-old child to shoot at police because you know you did wrong and you know you're about to get arrested. Now, as I said, there were no fatalities, thank God, all the way around, because an officer could have been shot. If an officer had been shot, would the police then react by unloading on the car, not knowing what's going on? Then, of course, it will come down to white police officers killed 2 children of color, and everything prior to that will be forgotten, as we've seen time and time again. But kudos to the police officer who managed to block the gun, push it away. You saw in the video the bullet traveled up into the awning of the siding of the McDonald's, and to the other officers for restraining themselves when they realized what had just happened and not just opening fire on the car. But as I said, the moral decay is the word I want to use, not decline, decay. We're decaying of our society, whereas it's just perfectly acceptable, not only for this father to brandish the gun because his order was wrong, but to then hand it to a 4-year-old. We got to do better. But he will be charged, obviously, with a number of different charges here, from what I can see, and potentially he's going to end up losing his children, losing access to his children, and so forth. I'm not sure where the mother was in all this. They have not mentioned her at all. We'll have to see what happens. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to get notified the next time a video goes live. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.